Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Well, the Ukrainians claim that the Russian offensive continues on two fronts. I think it doesn't continue on two fronts. I think it's in at least three fronts, and I will show you the map and first the article coming from the Ukrainians. We'll see what the fronts are, the same as they were in the past, I don't know, 8-10 months, and that is Avdiivka and Marinka. But I also think that Kupyansk is one of the main places where the Russians are really advancing. And in Avdiivka, correct. Marinka, I don't know. So I would place Avdiivka, which I think it's already over. It's encircled, surrounded. I think they can't get out. Their contact routes or supply routes are under the Russian shelling. But let's look at the article. In Kupyansk, they being the Ukrainians, conducted already evacuation. So let's see this one coming from Ukrainska Pravda from today, December 12, 2023. Russian offensive continues on two fronts. This guy. So remember this guy and Sirsky. So remember this guy's name. Very okay. And these guys are, I think, Zelensky's guys, not Zaluzny's guys. So Russian troops continue the large-scale offensive on the Avdiivka and Marinka fronts. Source: Brigadier General Alexander Tarnavsky, commander of the Tavria Operational and Strategic Group of Forces, on Telegram. So General Brigadier Alexander Tarnavsky, remember this guy, because I think this guy and Sirsky are on, or tend to be on, Zelensky Stein's side. Why? They get promoted, pushed by the media, and they are the ones that supposedly now they come and tell us what's going on here, what's going on here, what's going on here. Not Zaluzny. You barely hear about that he's alive. There's days when you don't hear anything about Zaluzny, but you hear about these guys. So that's, a question mark, at least for me, is the antennas ting. So let's see what case he makes here. And I'm quoting the Brigadier General. 2 days ago, the enemy launched large-scale offensive operations with the support of armored vehicles on the Avdiivka and Marinka fronts. Okay, where are those located? Let's go to the map. And here's the map of Ukraine. Not too much. Oh my, look at these guys. This is from the 8th. They didn't update anything. So here is Marinka and Avdiivka in Donetsk Oblast. This is Avdiivka, as you can see, is almost encircled, and right here Marinka, where the Russians push forward. Now this is what the Russian map. I have another map coming from the Ukrainians. I think from the Ukrainians, yeah. And then they're gonna show you this little piece here between this road and the city. This is already covered by the Russians. Now the Russians did not update this one. This is from the 8th of December, obviously 4 days ago. Let's see if we find so in Marinka is just straightforward. It's not a pinching or trying to surround it. So let's go to the other site that I have here. This comes from a Ukrainian. So let me just go like this. Here it is. So this is the same kind of thing, the same fertile crescent here, and we're going to go to the Marinka and Avdiivka, which should be right here. So this is Avdiivka right here, and you see this that I was talking about. This map shows them. It's on the 10th of December right here. Shows the Russians right at the railway tracks and the road. They show only this little piece here. If you look at the Russian, right here, it's not the same. This thing is not covered by the Russian map. By the other map is already covered. And in Marinka, it doesn't show much. Marinka is just nothing, just straight. just a bulge, whatever it is, nothing, not a, right here, surrounding, just straightforward. So let's go back to the article. And it says that Russian effectively use aircraft. Now, if you move in with the armored vehicle support, that means you're in an advanced operation. And the guided aerial bombs, 19 airstrikes in 2 days. The offensive continues. Our soldiers are steadfastly holding the line, end quote. According to the general, on December 11th, Ukrainian defense forces repelled 42 Russian attacks east of Novobakhmuvivka, south of Siverne and Tonenke, in the areas of Avdiivka, Pervobayske and Nevelske. On December 10th, they get you back, 49 attacks were repelled on the Avdiivka front, and 11 tanks and 15 other armored vehicles were destroyed. They are trying to move forward both to the north and south near Avdiivka. So obviously they try to go north and south so they can complete their operation here. I think this one is still in Marinka. So let's go to Avdiivka. Right here. So they obviously try to get around here and game over, which I think is already over. These guys cannot get more supplies. They just bombard them here and they just push forward here, and then they're gonna surrender because they will not have supplies anymore of any kind. The occupiers are also active in and around Marinka, where Ukrainian defenders repelled 14 attacks over the past day. And they go back to December 10th, then they go to Zaporozhye on 10th of December. The defense forces repelled 3 Russian attacks south of and west of Novobapap in Zaporozhye front. Now they tell us how many Russians died, but they don't tell us how many Ukrainians died. The defense forces destroyed 7 units of military equipment, in particular 3 tanks, tralala. So they say there's 2, but I will show you the Kupyansk front, and I think that's even worse than what these guys are telling us. So here, this is Avdiivka, Marinka, and we're going to move north of this. Right here, this is Kupyansk. And they were scared yesterday that they will cross this little river and they will come behind them. This is Kupyansk. So I think this situation is worse than, not Avdiivka. Avdiivka I think is the worst for the Ukrainians. But I think it's Avdiivka, Kupyansk, and then Marinka. So let's go and see what these guys are showing in this map. I'm going to go north. Where are you? Right here. This is it. This is Kupyansk right here, what I showed you on the map. Here, this is here. Remember, this is not updated. This is from the 10th. The other one is from the 8th. So this little bulge here towards Kupyansk, they want to cross this little river here, and once they do that, they're going to be able to come around. This is a little update on the, I would say, the hottest points of the front. Kupyansk, going now, Kupyansk, Avdiivka, Marinka. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.